I'm going to figure it out. I kind of like seeing what unfolds now. What's gonna unfold?
What's gonna unfold?
Yeah, and that's my new dance.
I like it. It's like the shimmy,
What's
but it's
gonna
the
unfold?
Maiah shimmy. On this week's episode of Gritty Birds, we're getting to know Maiah Manser. Maiah is a pop artist and producer born and raised in the Pacific Northwest.
Honestly, what I'm excited about, I'm excited to put out this EP. It's a lot of it is, obviously you have to really believe in what you're putting out. I very much so believe in this project more than anything I've done in the past. I just feel so sure of it.
You're listening to KXRY, Portland X-Ray FM 107.1 and 91.1. My name is Jenny Wren Stotrup. I'm an artist, producer, and podcaster based out of Portland, Oregon. Every week, I share a new story straight from the voice of a successful artist or industry professional. Want to know the secrets of the grittiest in music today? Stay tuned. This year marks the launch of big things for Seattle-based pop artist Maiah Manser. This includes the release of her much-anticipated EP. With a standout performance at Capitol Hill Block Party and a team including Frank Ocean producer Buddy Ross, she's getting noted fast.
So my name's Maiah Manser, and I'm a singer and performing artist from Seattle, Washington. And what else to say?
What else to say?
You know, I go for making art for a living.
Maiah was raised in Bend, Oregon, by a strong group of women.
For a long time there was my grandmother, because my mom had to work so hard as a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of was my family life, and I have a little sister. So there's a lot of girls.
All the
A
girls.
lot of female power. Yeah,
That's
a lot
wonderful.
of that.
Maiah and I met twice before we recorded our interview. It meant I got to know her personality and music a little deeper. We are both Scandinavian and share the same middle name, Mari. Maiah has a great sense of humor and is equally capable of commanding an audience solo on piano or through her electric live show with bandmates James Squires and Kevin Lavitt. They have a good vibe and camaraderie.
I've got James Squires. He's playing the drums, and he's also triggering tracks right now. So that's been cool. And let's see, I've got Kevin Lavitt, and Kevin is on the keys. And then I used to play more piano and sing, but now I'm just singing, and it feels pretty awesome because I have like so much room to move around and I'm not stuck behind a thing. So I really love doing that, and I also do some live looping. So yeah, that's kind of my band experience. And I do have a funny story about me and James, like the way that we met. He basically put his name into my phone as James Squires, my drummer, before he was my drummer. And it worked. He's now my drummer, and it's so funny.
Maiah Manser moved to Seattle 5 years ago.
What happened to me is I had a definite plan, up until I was like 21. And then after that, I couldn't really see anything. I was like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm just walking around, what's gonna happen? That's basically the idea. I'm making this stuff, what's gonna happen? And that's kind of how I've been going about it. I've just been like, part of me like don't want to jinx it.
Before launching as a solo artist, she traveled extensively with Mary Lambert, following the success of Macklemore's Same Love. She got a taste of late-night talk shows and sold-out arenas.
Yeah, and I love Mary to pieces. I'm forever going to love that girl and the whole crew and everything. We toured a lot together in the past. She's kind of been going through her own thing and some of her own growth and struggle, just the ways of life, her own thing and stuff. And, I haven't really toured with her for a while now, but we've talked about maybe me still singing with her, but we'll see. I'm really focused on my own solo stuff at the moment, so.
Like many women in music, Maiah has had some questionable experiences. She doesn't sugarcoat the challenge it evokes.
You know what? There's a lot of hurdles. There's no, I can't I can't sugarcoat it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You don't get taken seriously a lot of the time, and you have to prove a lot more than probably, I don't want to sound like, you know, yeah, I would say you have to prove a lot more than that you are actually like talented or you know what you're talking about.
While she recognizes those challenges, she has a lot of confidence, something Maiah credits to being raised by that strong core of women.
Well, I do gotta say, I was raised in like an all-female family.
Really?
Yeah, so it was all women. And I think because of that, I sort of have like it's almost like I have like a film over like maybe sometimes talking to men. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, no, I'm going to tell you that I want it like this. So and if you're not going to be okay with that, you're going to fight me about it, and we're going to fight it, and we're going to fight about it, and no, you don't talk to me that way. My mom, she was always just like, you got to fight for what you want, you got to do these things.
Over the last year, Maiah has been working on a new EP. She found a fortuitous partnership with Frank Ocean producer Buddy Ross.
Josiah, well, Buddy Ross. He goes by Buddy Ross, a.k.a. Buddy Ross. He even has his own theme song. It's pretty hilarious.
How'd you meet him?
Oh, that's funny. I met him through Ian. Ian is a drummer in Acid Tongue, and he also has a record label called Freak Out Records. I met Josiah through Ian, and actually at a feminist art show. It was, yeah. So that was, and I was like, this dude's cool. This dude's cool.
This dude's cool.
Yeah. This experience has been amazing. So as we were talking about earlier, how, as a female, there's you can run into a lot of hurdles and just because a lot of producers, all the crew, like a lot of your backing band, male, a lot of it, right? Like most of the time. A lot of the times women are not encouraged to pursue music, like in these other directions, right? As being a producer, as being like a crew member, like, so it's not, so it's not very common. And so I've worked with some producers in the past, and you have a lot of hurdles, and it's honestly been the opposite working with Buddy Ross. He's just like super understanding. It was a sign of a true professional. It's like listening to me, respecting what I had to say, and it was just the most amazing experience. I couldn't ask for a better experience, and so I definitely want to work with Buddy Ross from here on out.
The first single, Second Skin, came out a few weeks ago. Let's take a listen.
I know what I've done, and it stings, baby, stings like the shot. Won't you come back to me? Let me sink in my teeth. Come back to me. Well, I don't wanna lie next to this little life. I just want you with me. Down, you're crawling around, you're stuck in the dirt, you're lying in hurt. Bite all that you might, it's never enough. The skin is too tough, oh skin, it's tethered and thin. I got lost waiting to feel something. Oh, burn, the tables have turned. I got staked in the dark, I will pick up my heart. Won't you come back to me? Let me sink in my teeth. Come back to me. Oh, I don't wanna lie next to this little life. I just want you with me. Just want you with me.
That was Second Skin by this week's artist, Maiah Manser. You're listening to Gritty Birds on X-Ray FM. Maiah just released the first single off her upcoming EP.
What happened with the recent single is that's just premiered. So it just premiered and it will be officially released October 21st. And we'll be putting out like a music video before then and doing all this stuff for it. And then there's going to be, then we're going to be like basically releasing each single after that. But like, I like calling it unlocking each single personally, but yeah, that's kind of the idea. So the full thing won't be out though until the beginning of next year. That's how long it will take. Yeah, so
Maiah describes the shoot for her video, Second Skin, as intense.
I actually thought that I almost was, I thought I was going to get hypothermia during one of the shots. Like, and I'm not kidding. I'm not over exaggerating by any means. That we basically were in this, so up in Cedro-Woolley Valley, there's this abandoned insane asylum. And near the insane asylum is a slaughterhouse. And, you know, that was kind of where the patients would raise these animals until they were ready to be slaughtered, which in my head would drive me more crazy.
She directed and produced her first video, Hold Your Head Up. Maiah credits it as a great experience, but found it freeing to work with a production team to build out her concept and vision for the new video.
For this video and this project in particular, I actually had a really hard time with the current single of figuring out what I wanted to make for a video. And so I worked with an amazing creative director, Mackenzie Stone, and also my videographer, Brian O. Like, we all kind of worked together to create this and make this effort. The one thing that we knew we needed to have was that there was going to be immense struggle. We wanted to showcase emotional struggle in the best way that we could without it being too much of a narrative. So it was going to be pretty abstract, but we wanted to be able to showcase that. That was the main focus, and it took us a really long time to finally make a decision on what we were going to do. It was quite a process, but it's very hard to showcase that emotional struggle in a non-narrative way.
Yeah. Second Skin was shot over 2 days in multiple locations.
So we were up there, and it such a beautiful spot. Like, it sounds terrifying, and it is at 2 a.m. for sure. it's gorgeous. It's just like all these catastrophic barns that are like falling in on themselves. And it's just beautiful. Yeah, we even had kids on set, which I didn't bring up, but we had kids in the slaughterhouse scene set. And they're real creepy and that they're little creepy things in the video. So
The conditions for the shoot were extreme and brought up raw emotion for the artist as she was pushed to new physical limits.
and another location was me right in the middle of a field at Discovery Park, and they poured cold water. They drenched me in cold water, and I basically had to wander around a field in about 55-degree weather. And that's where I was like, now I know what cold is. Now I know what it is to be really cold. Like you don't, when you realize that heat and warmth is such a luxury, and it was just like, whoa, this was not in my capacity to know like this type of cold, and how much I take like being warm and having warmth for granted. And so it was just like a huge realization point there. I mean, it was just like 20 minutes of filming, but it was intensely cold, like to where I was shaking, and I couldn't even move. Like my limbs stopped wanting to work, because it's just so cold. Because it's cold water, and there's wind chill, and it's 55 degrees. So it's 55 doesn't sound that bad. But it was because there's no sun, because the sun was going down. So it was pretty hardcore. And then later that night, we filmed the rest of it in, we did a bunch of underwater shots in a swimming pool. So that was, it was a lot of stuff going on.
Keep your eye out for the Second Skin video coming soon. As Maiah has grown in music, she's also found a deeper tie to her authentic voice as an artist.
Okay, I was with someone in the past, and they told me they were not the best person in the world that I was ever with. It was actually quite a bit terrible. But what they did tell me, what I did learn from this person was they just told me, they're like, in my past songs, so this isn't for like the new stuff, but in my past songs, they're just like, I feel like you're not really saying what you mean. And I actually took that to heart. And I was like, at first I was like, what do you mean I'm saying what I mean? Like I got like really defensive. Then I thought about it, and I was like, actually, I'm not saying what I mean. I'm not like emotionally becoming vulnerable in my songs to the extent that I could. And once I actually just let go and just streamline, like wrote everything out of what I really meant to say, the songs became so much more meaningful for me. Who would have known? Wow. It was. And then you just sing it. Every time you sing it, it's always going to feel really good, because you're like, I wrote these lyrics and I was really feeling it, and I'm never going to forget that.
How do you start off a song?
Changes every time. Most of the time, I like to write the lyrics first. Lyrics have to come first. And then I create the melody. Like I see what kind of melody flows with those lyrics. Sometimes what happens is I write the hook first, and then I have like these ideas for like verse melody, and I have to write the lyrics around that. But I hate when I do that. I get so mad at myself. I'm like, why'd you do that? Because now I have these expectations that I have to fill, and I have to write these lyrics around it. I'm like, but I don't want them to be contrived and like, I don't know, not to just like vague and weird.
Performing for Maiah is cathartic. It's a process of release.
How are you able to create the emotional boundaries to go to those places and not go home and cry?
Because you let it out. You let it out on stage, and like I'm releasing it all there. I'm releasing my pain and sometimes anger, or I'm releasing those emotions on stage, and I make a point to really be saying what I mean, and it takes out a lot of energy.
Early in 2016, Maiah released a 15-minute long instrumental called 3 Remain. It was created for the TL Dance Collective and allowed her to explore music in a new way. This is the second part of the piece. You might recognize the voices of the Kardashian clan. She described it to me as disturbing but relevant to our times. That was the second part of Maiah Manser's Three Remain, written for the TL Dance Collective in early 2016. Currently, Maiah is based out of Seattle. She's found that it's gotten tougher there in recent years.
I feel like it's just getting so expensive there to live that and I mean, it's the same thing. It's like everybody knows it, but it just makes me really mad. I get really, really mad, enraged about the whole concept.
She has found herself naturally adapting. It's part of who she is. Maiah has grit.
I'm pretty scrappy. Like, I can be pretty scrappy and figure out ways to make life happen for lower prices. But, I mean, you have to work constantly. I work it's a lot. You have to work a lot. There's no way around it. Like, you can pretend like you don't work a lot, but everybody has to.
Maiah loves the Northwest, but is concerned about the future of the arts in light of massive changes.
That's not a breeding ground for art in any way, which makes me really sad because I think there's a lot of amazing art and artists that come out of Seattle and Portland.
Yeah.
Right? So to raise the prices that high, it just doesn't, it's not beneficiary in any way for culture or for art. I mean, they kind of go together. So
After spending the last 25 years in the Pacific Northwest, Maiah is open for a change of scene. It feels like a natural progression to her.
I know that you have, you guys have talked in the past about moving down to LA.
I am so ready to move down to LA. I'm stoked. I need a change.
Mm-hmm.
I want the change. I grew up in Bend, which is the desert, and I don't mind going back to the desert. It's gonna be hot, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I think there's kind of I know so many people who are moving to LA, actually, and I think LA is kind of like stop, like, but it's like basically the same price as Seattle. It's almost the same. Why not move there? It's kind of where I'm at. So
one thing to note about Maiah Manser is how humble and gracious she is. We didn't record the first time we met. Instead, we had an off-camera heart-to-heart. She knows how to read energy and how to protect her own. The second interview nearly didn't happen, as she was fighting vocal fatigue. It really stood out to me that she made the interview work out despite this. It wasn't surprising, then, to hear her advice for artists coming up.
Number one, be genuine. That's one of the biggest things. Be very genuine to what you want to be making. I think that's like, for anybody, continue to be genuine, right? Even if you're like an older artist, like doing your thing, like doesn't matter. Continue to stay real. Other thing is, like, if you're trying to make connections, you just gotta go out to the shows and you gotta hustle. Like, you're not sitting in your bedroom like making your cool tunes. Like, that's not gonna
Well, you might be, but
I mean, but it could maybe get somewhere. But like, go out and talk to people and meet people. It's so much more inspiring also. And different mediums of art. Go to different kinds of art shows, not just like music shows. Go to dance shows, go to theater, go see art shows, like visual art shows. It's like, then you create this whole branch, like tree, more like a tree. It's not just a branch, but you create a whole tree of like networks that are just like, oh my God, I have all these amazing friends now, and like we can all help each other out in these different ways. Like, oh, now I know this choreographer, or maybe he needs music for this dance project he's doing, oh, now I am really great friends with this awesome visual artist, and maybe they want voice lessons. I don't know, like you never know, and you just help each other, because the last thing you want to do to each other in this business is make it harder on each other.
Maiah has noticed that competition can often divide communities, even women. Her final thoughts? Let's amplify.
Wow. Do we sometimes make it harder on each other? I've noticed it sometimes with like women in the industry. Is like sometimes we're like trying to make it harder on each other. There's a lot of competitive nature, and it makes me really bummed out. Cause like it's already a difficult industry. It's already difficult on us as women, and then we're trying to make it even harder on each other, like women against women. It's like, why?
we need to amplify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta stand up together. We gotta like be each other's friends. I can't stand that. That's the one thing. If you are a young female musician, don't focus on competing with your other young female musicians. We have to help each other out. My name is Maiah Manser, and you're listening to Gritty Birds on X-Ray FM.
Thanks for tuning in to Gritty Birds on X-Ray FM, 107.1 and 91.1. We're a podcast, so check back on Thursday for its release on all your favorite podcast networks, including a video from Maiah's Ace Hotel show a few weeks ago with Caprice. You can find me on socials at GRITTYBIRDS. Gritty Birds has just started a push for support. We launched an amazing video a week ago in partnership with videographer Tyler Bertram. My Patreon account is up and running, and I'm setting a goal of $200 a month by the end of 2016. Let's help each other. P.S. iTunes reviews. See you again next week with a special preview episode of Next Northwest Rock for Rockwood event featuring the Thermals, Emily Wells, and the Waddles Boys and Girls Club. Till next time.